The Shadow Clone Jutsu, also known as the Shadow Doppelganger Jutsu, is a B-rank technique created by Tobirama Senju that allows its users to make duplicates of themselves. Unlike the Clone Jutsu, which is E-rank and merely creates illusions, these clones are tangible. The technique is not suitable for beginners, although ironically, the most notable user was a genin when he learned it. Our protagonist, Naruto Uzumaki, used this technique in the very first chapter of the manga in its most advanced form. It's referred to as multiple Shadow Clone Jutsu when it's used to create a small army of clones. This is extremely dangerous, given that every clone divides its user's chakra, which is why it's forbidden, with exceptions. An ordinary ninja would exhaust himself to death if they attempted to do what Naruto does casually, but with an extraordinary chakra reserve, Naruto can do it no problem. Once created, clones can be used for whatever the user has in mind. Clones get a copy of the user's clothes and weaponry. Each clone can cast a jutsu and formulate its own strategies. In a combat situation, they can be used to overwhelm the enemy with sheer numbers, confuse them with group tactics, and much more. In the right hands, this jutsu is overpowered, but it does have its weaknesses. Clones are copies of the caster, but that does not mean that they always cooperate perfectly. They are completely autonomous, so sometimes they can step on each other's toes while trying to achieve the same goal. Also, one decisive blow is enough to make a clone disappear into a puff of smoke. Once this happens, all remaining chakra returns to the original, along with all the information collected by each clone. Under the tutelage of Kakashi Sensei, Naruto was able to exploit this to create the most efficient training ever. The idea is to speed up the training by having shadow clones all practice the same technique for hours. Once dispersed, the original would collect all the experiences of the training into their mind and reap the fruits of the labor. Clever usage of the Shadow Clone Jutsu pays off for Naruto immensely, such as when he began using the Shadow Clones to micromanage the chakra circulating in a technique called a Rasengan. All of the clones have the same chakra source, therefore they are all linked together. The original is the source, and whatever happens to the original will affect the clones. So, if Naruto were to get punched really hard, it's possible his clones may disappear. Because of that, it's often best to allow the clones to take the front line and the original to be somewhere hidden in the midst of clones. Given that this jutsu was made by Tobirama Senju, the second Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village, it should be no surprise that many of its users are also Leaf Shinobi. Although there are ninja who are outside of the Hidden Leaf Village who utilize this technique in their own fighting style. The shadow clones can be as far away as they want to be from the original caster. It can be miles, if not different dimensions, it's fine. As long as the user still has chakra to maintain the jutsu, then everything's fine. But if a user were to fall asleep or pass out from exhaustion, then yeah. Thank you for listening to my video, everyone. This is my first video on the channel, so hopefully it came out pretty well. I'm still figuring things out, so maybe a little bit rough around the edges. I'm still figuring things out, so please be patient. Please be patient. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. Please comment any questions you may have, and any requests, I'll take them if you want. Maybe I'll continue to speak on Naruto, but there are other series that I'm interested in as well. So, thanks.